Hi, also a good week this week. I've got lots to show you. Not as long as last week, that was probably a little bit over the top. We're trying to keep ourselves around that 15 minutes to keep it interesting. The things we covered this week is the car audio. I don't think I've shown it before, but this car also came with sub box, all up high-end speakers and amps and stuff we've got to incorporate. We've manufactured up a piece to get the steering arm to work between the FG and the rack. We're playing with the fuel filler, so some interesting bits on that. And Luke's been back again, tidying up some loose ends. We've got him down now to just a short list on the whiteboard and doing fuel pumps and that sort of stuff in the boot. So hope you enjoy it and stay tuned.
And this week, no mads from me, mate.
No mad?
Not this week.
Mad. So something else that this car came with was a whole lot of Alpine car audio stuff. So we're just in the process of working out the boot layout. So we've got amps and batteries, and that one there's the pollution controller carbon canister out of the FG. We're going to incorporate that. So we're just working out where all that's going to go in the boot. And we've got our mock-up fuel tank, which I need to get made now. So that's working all that in together. That framework we made in there, and the battery will sit there. So we're going to run an Optima, one of their big batteries. So I've just got to get the Optima now and the frame for that. And the sub box was already made for this massive 12-inch 3000 watt subwoofer. So now we'll do that. So once again, the sub box was made prior to us getting the car. So we've made a mount for that to sit on now so it won't vibrate. I used to do some of this back in the 90s, but it's just a little bit too big to get everything in we need. So we're about to run 50mm off the end of that. It won't be 100% correct for the right size, box, etc., but I know from experience it won't make that much difference. So we'll give it a trim and put the end back in it so that we can move forward. See what happens when you're leaving for 5 minutes. Make a good bird, Avery, mate. Make a good bird, Avery.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll just give us a little bit more room. We'll put that end back in there with a bit of luck. Get it around the right way. Perfect. What you reckon there, mate?
One mirror.
One mirror?
One mirror.
So what are we pulling out, the sensor?
Sensor, temp sensor.
So all we need is that little round dot, is it?
Yeah, and we're going to feed everything out through a tiny hole.
Okay, so we should be able to drill a hole and poke that out through the bottom of the XC mirror.
Should do.
Awesome. Bit chilly this morning. Instant shed heating. So sometimes you've got to grab the opportunity where it comes along. This popped up on Facebook yesterday from someone local, and when I actually got the van one apart, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. So I went out and checked it out, and what I was primarily after was some of these plastic clips for mine and my headlight. While the lenses are really good, the backing's not so flash. So with a combination of all the bits and pieces, I grabbed a few other bits while I was there that he had. Might not get touched for a while, but at least that gives me a few more parts to go in the container for the van. Righto, so Darren's pulled that sensor out and now he's handballed it onto the electrician. So Luke's here today. Nice cold day today, mate. Got the beanie on.
Definitely is, mate. Definitely got the warms on.
So what are you thinking, mate?
So we've got to get the air temp into the mirror somewhere. So what we're thinking is if we run it and mount it in here like that, and then once the glass is in, we've got plenty of room around the glass to get air circulation. So we're thinking,
see it, and we've got a hole in the body already from the mirrors, from the remote mirrors. So that'll work a treat.
Yeah. So
all right, good stuff.
Cool.
Righto, so today, another little job. We're just trying to knock off all these little bits and pieces. We'd worked out previously that we could run, this is out of a filler neck out of a panel van, ute, wagon, pretty much all the same. and the sedan one normally runs straight across. So we had a good look at it today. When we've restored these in the past, one of the issues is getting all of this nice and clean inside. So we've had a good hard look at this one today and realised it comes apart. So just rip that off. So had a couple of tacks on it and then pretty much soldered. Had solder on it? Yep, so soldered together. So now what we're going to do is we can now, and we've taken that off for two reasons. One is we can do something with it, probably get that zinc plated. But when it was sitting in, it was hitting the tub. So when it sits in the front there, just put it in the hole. We can bolt that up now as per stock with the original flip fuel cap. And then on the inside, we're going to be able to make a pipe up now. Oh, that nearly fits perfect, Darren. Like that. And that'll run across and into our tank. That might even work better than we thought. Now one of those little jobs that you got to think about is we're using the FG steering, so that goes on the firewall, and then it's got a built-in collapsible setup in it that slides with some little springs that we've taken out of there, and now we're just machining up a slide-in piece that will actually came with the Flaming River knuckle, so that'll go in there, a couple of plug welds, and then that'll fit on there, and that'll give us our FG to the Rodtech steering rack, which is a Commodore rack. So all those that follow me on Facebook would have seen the crazy ad I ran, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago now, looking for someone to help out at the workshop. Pretty much I wrote down what I wanted, and fortunately I actually had quite a lot of people apply, and Steve was one of those. And then from that applications, I did a few interviews, and Steve got the job, so welcome.
Thanks, Howard.
To the joint, mate. Yep. So Steve's had a few days to settle in, and I had a chat with him this morning to see if he was happy and I was happy, so we're going to go forward. So obviously you're a car guy or you wouldn't have applied.
Car guy, through and through.
Yep. So what's your background? You're an old man, Ford man?
I like everything.
Everything?
I've had Fords, I've had Holdens, got Mazdas, Datsuns, everything.
Everything.
I don't discriminate.
So what's your number one at the moment?
My Mazda RX-3, that's my number one running car.
So when I did some Google research, you call yourself the Rotaman?
Yeah, just easy to know me like that.
Yeah.
Got too many of them.
So there's only one rule, you're not allowed to bring it to work.
I was just about to ask you about that.
So the whole reason to run the ad was I needed someone to help out. I seem to spend too much time wandering around, working out what's going on, packing parcels to send off the rust repair panels we do. And I needed someone to let me get back on the tools, otherwise this car will never get finished. And we're working through that process at the moment. So Steve's been playing with a few van parts for me to see whether or not he's got the skills to be able to help on the build, but primarily it's to free me up and get back on the tools and get some work done.
And they keep me well away from the tools, I can guarantee you.
You here again today?
I'm here again.
Mate, we're getting closer, aren't we? So,
Oh yeah.
we've been working on the boot, trying to work out where everything's going to go, because we've got stereos, we've got carbon canisters, fuel tank, so we've got the cardboard action happening again. So Luke's just running some wires through for fuel pump.
Fuel pump and fuel sender. So,
Oh yeah, forgot about the sender. So just explain to us what you're doing there, combining the FG now with obviously performance pump.
Yes, well the FG setup won't handle the pump that we want to run. We're looking at running one big sucker that's supposed to be handle up to 800 horsepower. The standard system definitely won't do that. So the easiest way to get around that, rather than modify the standard fuse box and power setup, is we'll just use the wire that usually come to the back for the pump, or under the seat I should say. We're going to use that as a trigger a relay. We'll mount a relay up under here, so that way it's nice and hidden, and we can pick up power straight off the battery, and then we can run up to 40 amp really, straight to the pump, and we can run any pump that's on the market at the moment.
Okay, so we just have a fuse in there somewhere obviously for that?
Yes, so we're going to run a terminal that has 3 fuses on it. It'll have a 300 amp for the main system, and then we're going to have a single fuse either side of that, all built into the terminal, and then we'll use one for the fuel pump, then we're going to use the other one for the amps, so that way it's all nice and clean.
No worries. So next week we'll actually have the trimmer here, so you guys probably won't see that for another week after that. So Simon will be here and we'll go through some discussions with that. So that's why the amps are in here. We're just trying to work out where things are going to go. And one other little one there, that's a little solenoid that operates the vacuum for the carbon canister, so we're just running some wires for that as well. All good. Righto, finished job. So we've still got the collapsible component of the, if you've got enough muscles, of the FG. It'd be nice if you're in an accident. And then we'll just shorten that up to what length we need to take the Flaming River adjustable knuckle. Good job, mate. Hi all, back again, another intro. Seems like there's lots of people that make these cars happen, and that's definitely the case. So this is Simon. Simon's from Elite Custom Interiors. I can read that off his jumper, that's a bit easier. How are you going, mate?
Good, mate, how are you?
Good. So Simon's helped out with a few of our other projects, and people would have seen him from some of the bigger jobs he's done. And I might get him to fill us in on a couple of those. And yeah, let's see what he's got to offer.
Yeah, well, previous jobs I've done, I suppose, that you might know would be my brother's car, Pro EH, XY King, and recently just finished LX King, Toronto hatchback, and probably future projects. I've got a HK Monaro we're doing as well.
Nice. So a little bit understated there. So the first one was a
Pro EH.
Pro EH was
yeah.
the wagon, the blue wagon.
Yeah.
So that won the Street Machine of the Year.
Yeah.
Done the rounds, super nice car.
Yeah.
Something different, 6-cylinder as well.
Yeah.
And King XY, People's Choice Summernats.
Yeah.
That's the red one with the tan trim.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just so people understand.
Yeah.
So
he's won a
so
few
what are you into, mate?
I've got a Ford Capri myself, but I pretty much love everything.
Another Ford guy.
Yeah.
Gotta like that, don't you, Josh? Mad.
He's shaking his head. Yeah, but I love all cars. Like my daily's a VEU.
Yeah.
You know, but I'll never get rid of the Capri.
Yeah.
Yeah, have that
That's
forever.
the keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I believe you got another project though that you're working on.
Yeah, so that'll be the HK Monaro that me and my brothers.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's family car.
That's a family car. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking you had like a 40 something as well. Did you have a?
Oh, I got a 38 Buick.
Yeah, I thought there was something.
That'll just be a bit of a ratty
long term
cruiser thing for the family, I guess.
Yeah, nice.
If we get time.
Yep. All right. So this particular build, as we all know, is a bit of a amalgamation of two models. So that'll really put a bit of pressure on to get that all to come together. So that's the reason that we're here today, so that we can start planning that, working out colours, and just how we're going to go about making it happen.
Yeah. Cool.
So one of the things, we've already had a bit of a play with this before Simon got here. So we're looking to utilise the factory FG stuff. So we need the switch and this. So we've sort of cut this down, remembering that these doors are very flat, and I don't want to lose any of the structure here because we run electric windows, puts a fair bit of pressure on the poor old doors. So we've cut this extra one we had up to see just how we're going to make that work, and now we're going to handball it to Simon to get him to make that flow. So what do you do here, mate? Is a lot of that made with plastic or timber or?
Probably a bit of everything, I guess. I'll have to get this to sit in position. Just fill all these areas in, make it nice and flush around this edge. And then we can probably utilise this shape a bit as well, but obviously bring this down to meet the bottom edge.
So would you use
like
this plastic though, or would you do it out of custom wood?
I'd probably just remake it. Yeah.
In custom wood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And then everything in timber or whatever I make, always prime it and seal it.
Yeah.
Before trimming. Yeah.
No worries. So later on, we'll actually get to see all that happening. Righto, so you heard me talking with Luke earlier in the week about making all the electrics work in the boot. So now we've got to work out the amps. So we're going to work out what's going to look right, what's trendy, what's not. And then in here, we've got our fuel filler we've got to make. It's going to come down through here. We've just got to work out whether we do a false floor, whether we, cover that, make a box, and then how we finish all this through here. So that's the sort of thing Simon and I are just going to work out now, so we can get the steel work done before it goes out to his place for the trim. Thanks for joining us again this week. Hopefully you can jump over and subscribe on the YouTube channel. We've got some changes coming. You'll have a really long version on there and a short version on Facebook. So stay tuned, it's getting better.
Where you going, Darren, to get pies, mate?
Get pies, it's pie day.
Pie day.
Hi, Dave.
You having a pie too, Steve, or what?
Oh, not today.
I'll have a curry pie, mate.